going on, everybody? Just kind of squatting here in front of the gear room. I wanted to do a quick introduction to this video. I went on an 8-mile hike yesterday, well over 1,500 feet in elevation gain, and the last 3 miles it was pouring rain. It was about 40 degrees. When I set out for the adventure, I wasn't sure if I was going to go for a short hike with a lunch and do some videos, or if I was going to spend a night or two, so I packed really heavy. I'll show you what I packed, and then there was a fail in the filming. I used my phone. It's a newer phone. It's an S9 Plus, nice phone, and I filmed it from that. Great video, but the format was a little funny, so I'll throw an example in on that and some stills. And I did a little bit on the GoPro when I did a emergency water boil, like a quick water boil, just to get some food in me before the rain came. So I just wanted to give you that quick introduction. I'll show you what I was packing. I could guess probably 50 pounds. It was way too heavy for an 8-mile loop hike. I didn't pack for a hike, just a short one in like a base camp. So I'm pretty sore today. I'm still in my pajamas. I'm at home. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm sore. My traps are sore, my quads, my groin, my hips. I mean, that was a brutal hike. The last 3 miles in the pouring rain at about 40 degrees too, and I just was really moving. It kicked my butt. So let me show you what was in the pack. All right, so let's go over what I had on me for this. Like I said, the video is going to be a little bit choppy. Got my little phone as a viewfinder there. So on my body at all times, like usual, I have the Gerber Prodigy. You know, this all adds to weight in the end. I had the Mora Garberg. I had my ferro rod. It's a 1/2 inch by 4 inch. I always have bear spray on me. Sometimes you may see the little orange tag sticking out of my cargo pocket. I've always got the bear spray on me. I had the Sawyer water filtration system most of the way through. I don't know if I'll show those parts. I'm going to show some examples just because, you know, it went downhill. So part of the way through this had water in it, part of it I didn't. I didn't pack any water in on purpose. Part of it was I had to go find water. It was part of, you know, my challenge to myself. And it saved weight. But it was still very heavy. A couple miles and a couple nights in was what I was packed for. A little compass. I was wearing my gaiters. Whatever else was in, you know, my my phone, my wallet, and a big lighter. But in the pack, this is the Helikon Tek Matilda pack. This probably would have been a really good review video. I'm really liking this pack, especially after that, but we're going to give it a little more time before I can really say I've, you know, used it. I have this breathable, waterproof jacket by Rivers West. It's a great coat, fairly inexpensive. It was 50 bucks. Love this thing. I wish I had put it on sooner. I was already soaking wet by the time I decided I probably should put that on, and then I just opted not to because I was already soaking wet. You know, I'd just be trapping the moisture in. If I'd gotten cold, I guess warm wet is better than cold wet, but at that point I was already wet. We'll do this quick. On the side I had my ceramic steel mug. So this all accounts for the weight. That's why I want to go through this. Front pocket, I've got all my cordage and fire starting materials. Cordage and combustion in a water resistant Cordura bag. It smells like fire and I love it. This new Gerber folding saw I got, very disappointed. Should have went with the Baco Laplander. Really excellent blades, great blades. This cuts like a silky on the back pull, and it's a pretty aggressive tooth. But the handle, it's not gonna last. It's just not gonna last. It came with a fine blade also. And I paid 24 bucks for it. So I mean, just a few more bucks, I could have got the Baco, and as soon as I opened the package, I was disappointed. As soon as I held the handle, and that's an awful feeling to spend your money, open the package. I suppose I could have returned it, but I might as well do a review on it. Maybe Gerber will listen. So all this is adding to the weight. I've got a Gerber diesel multi-tool. This thing is great. I do like Gerber. That's pretty heavy though. That's just one pack, or one pouch. Try to zip through this. Pair of wool socks for at night. Some bug spray because the sun did pop out in the beginning of the day. Got my medical. Toilet paper and napkins. This is the garbage from the lunch I ate. I always make sure I pack my garbage out if I can't burn it. 2 cotton bandanas. Looks like some more toiletries. That's pocket number 2. 1-inch Gorilla Tape. And this, I hadn't gotten to use this yet. Really inexpensive Stand Sports 7 foot by 9 foot ripstop sil nylon tarp. And I unfolded it and wanted to squish it back in without folding it to see if it would fit in its sack. Because if you're packing up or the weather's adverse or whatever it is, sometimes you don't want to sit there and your tarp's dirty, fold it all nice and neat, and you're going to have to take it home and, you know, lay it out to dry anyway. And what's nice about this bag is that half of it's netting. So actually this thing inside the bag's got some breathability in here, so it's not getting super musty and moldy super quick. If you don't take them out as soon as you get home, they get gross pretty fast, but at least even the cinch sack has some breathability. So that's just those 3 pouches. Now, like I said, I think this thing, I want to say it weighed 50. Maybe it didn't weigh that much, but holy cow, it felt like it. I'm still sore. In the top flip lid, I keep my electronics. Because this lid is water, I would even say it's waterproof. It's got a great lining to it. It's got the Cordura on top, and then this is pretty near waterproof. If it wasn't for this seam and this hole in the top, this would be waterproof. This has all my headlamps, extra batteries, battery chargers like this one. I've got 2 of these that I bring with me to charge my phone or my GoPro on the fly. So I have 2 of those in here. Anything electronic goes in this bag, goes on the inside of the lid. I know it's there, it doesn't get hit a lot, I don't drop it on it, and I know it's protected from the moisture. And everything in here stayed dry, and I got soaked to the bone. This is the bag that I use for my food. I also hang my food in this. It's just like a treated nylon bag, cinch bag. But I had enough. I already ate some, but I had some freeze drieds in here. I had all my breakfast stuff, some tuna fish, coffees, teas, my usual day or 2 day amount of food on me on this, what ended up just being a through hike. I had a secondary tarp because I was going to rough my shelter. These little really cheap, these are better than the Walmart ones and they're cheaper. I got them at Harbor Freight, they're camouflage, and they pack down pretty small. So a secondary tarp. My cook kit, I got the pot, the handles for it are in there, and my water. This was empty, but about halfway through the hike, I boiled the water so that if I got away from water, I had it for cooking. And then what was left, I kept. So my bag got heavier as the day progressed because I kept the sanitized water. So with the sanitized water, the water from the moisture, I have the wool blanket down on the bottom here. That started getting wet. I always had the wool blanket strapped to the bottom. I was adding weight as I went on, like just lifting that right there. My shoulders are tight. All right, let me get through this. I packed for not knowing what was what. The weather up there has been crazy. It's been snowing constantly. Winter hat, warm weather work gloves. What do you say on them? Frost breakers. Just like warm weather work gloves. I had my military issue Gore-Tex pants with the liner. I probably could have just wore the Gore-Tex pants and that raincoat and not have suffered as much. I was being stubborn. I just wanted to push. It's starting to get cold. I was very wet. If I'd put them on beforehand, I could have took the insulation out and wore just the Gore-Tex. But these things in the winter are what I wear all winter long. These things keep me really warm. I can wear just like these Nike sweatpants I have on underneath these insulated Gore-Tex pants, military issue ones, and I'm good. I'm good. I'm pulling all this out of this one bag, you know? Like a clown car. I had my 20-degree sleeping bag. Ugly orange fleece. I usually use it as my pillow, but it is a layer if needed for your top. Alright, and I think that's it. And then the wool blanket, some gloves strapped to it. I'm really glad I usually bring my axe and my saw, and I have that strapped to the front of this pack too. And I'm glad I didn't. Man, I was really hurting. There was a lot of weight. Way more of a hike than I planned on doing, and the terrain was pretty intense. So that's what was in the bag. I did 90% of the filming with the Galaxy S9 Plus. Takes great videos. So I have clips of what it looks like if you hold your phone up here. I'm using my phone as a viewfinder for the GoPro right now. If you hold your phone up like this, and then you put them in the editor and try to put them on YouTube, you have elongated photos. So that's what this looks like. How's it going? Thanks for joining me. So how's this for a view for lunch? Absolutely beautiful. Those are the Highlands. So I have to work with what that does because the phone has image stabilization, the GoPro does not. That's why I really wanted to be able to use that on a hike, walking, moving around, and keep the GoPro for stills because there's no image stabilization on the GoPro Hero 4. Newer ones do. This, for the price and the picture quality, the Hero 4 Black is an excellent camera. So that's that. So I guess with the remainder of the time here, I'll show you. I ended up boiling water very quickly. It's the only thing I filmed on the GoPro. And I just did a real quick boil, the one-purpose fire, just to get the water boiling as fast as possible, put it out, eat my food, and get before it got wet. So we'll take a look at that. All right, so I'm going to use the GoPro for a little bit. It looks like I got some adverse weather coming. I used this new little Gerber saw I got. I'm not super impressed with it, to be honest with you. The blades are good. And I'm going to do this as a survival boil. I'm going to get this fire started with the tinder, the stuff that I picked up, that quaking aspen inner bark, and some fat wood that I have in my tin. And I'm going to put my water bottle in the center. I'm going to build my fire around the water bottle, get that water boiling as quickly as possible. I'm not relying on this for heat or cooking. I just need to boil this water. So we're going to do a survival boil. So that's what I was able to salvage it, but I'm sure the footage on the phone, you know, isn't horrible, and I could have applied it the way it was vertically. There was a lot of film lost, though, by me not using it. I filmed that whole adventure. I got some really good shots, as you can see, from the stills I threw in. But I just want to thank you for watching. I didn't want it to be a full wasted day, especially for the hustle I put on and how sore I was after. I mean, that last few miles was a push that I haven't done in quite a long time, especially with, you know, being rainy and 40 degrees. So thank you and God bless. I will put in the final video off of the phone of me saying thank you also. So thank you, God bless. Thanks for watching. I didn't want it to be a complete loss, so it's kind of an all over video. But I appreciate you guys very much, and we'll see you with the next video here in a couple days. God bless. All right, I'm at the road. I am soaked to the bone. A little chilly. Should have put the coat on, and again, I just didn't want to trap the moisture, I guess, as long as I'm moving. But it's dangerous cold right now. If I was spending the night, I'd be in big trouble. So I've got about, I don't know, a mile back to the car. And this road's kind of busy. Memorial Day weekend, everybody and their kin are out towing a trailer to go somewhere nice. So, but there's nothing really fancy here but a road and my car. So, thanks for watching. It was quite an adventure. I'm pooped up. I got extra weight on me now. And thanks for watching. God bless you. And we'll see you on the next adventure, and we'll see you on the next tutorial, and we'll see you on the next gear review. So thanks for watching. I appreciate all the views and the support. God bless you. Have a great weekend.